Hi, and welcome to episode 4 of Pure Crack with Staunch Theatre. This episode we're joined by the wonderful Mirren Wilson.
Whoa!
How are you doing? Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
You excited to be here?
I am actually. I feel like a bit of a fangirl because I actually have listened to your podcast. And I was
Oh
like,
no!
Oh,
Yeah, I would listen to it on drives and I was like, oh, that would be so
and now
good.
you're here. How are you doing? You're
Good.
going up to Edinburgh tomorrow.
You're busy.
Yeah, you're
I'm
busy.
busy.
You going tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going
I'm going
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Oh my
What
God.
time?
I don't know.
I'm on an ATM train.
I'm driving.
Oh.
Mirren's
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, set and stuff. Also,
Yeah.
insanity.
Yeah, it's a mix of both. Like, I basically have a prop that wouldn't fit on the train when I went up for rehearsals.
Right.
And I didn't want it to break.
A deer.
No.
No spoilers.
I mean, even if I say it, you're going to be like, how does that fit in? It's a taxidermy penguin.
What? The way that, I felt like I knew what this show was.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a read the script.
Surprise.
Yeah, right? I was like, I've read this, right? This is the same script.
Oh, no,
but we only
it would have been
saw...
an old version, I suppose.
We only read,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
Beginning and end.
Interesting, fun. Full size?
Well, yeah.
Maybe.
It's quite a small penguin.
But some
Like
penguins are small.
Like a rock
Yeah,
hopper? I don't know. It's not got a
I
little
don't.
tufty
I
bit.
just know penguins. I don't know the difference.
Yeah.
I know there's
Well,
emperor
Out
penguins.
the conversation then, this is penguin chat time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So anyway, this wouldn't fit on when I got the train to rehearsals.
And you'd look...
Ridiculous. It also it came from China. It was hard to.
This is an
find.
international pterodactyl. Is it a real pterodactyl?
No.
Oh, okay.
Taxidermy.
Pterodactyl?
That's
Pterodactyl?
Moving on.
No, it's almost like a fake garden statue. I don't know why anyone else would buy this.
I'm so excited.
But yeah, so I didn't want it to get broken.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And you've got a buddy for the drive.
Exactly.
so-
Is he going to go in your passenger seat?
I so should do that.
Yeah.
Imagine
I'll see
stuck
that.
in traffic. People are just like, what the hell is that?
I really hope you go through tolls.
Oh, I do, yeah.
Right?
I do.
That's so
Just
weird.
make direct eye contact with them.
I mean, so the drive must be forever. It must be.
I think you said 4 hours, and
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
should be
jokes on
like-
you. No.
Yeah, it's about 9 hours, depending on how much I dilly-dally.
Yeah, it's about 10.
Yeah, because I love stopping for a Leon.
TB.
Yeah.
You must stop at TB.
Oh my god, TB!
Not to sound like a Tory, but
TB.
Where's TV?
TB's in Cumbria.
Uh-huh.
Ish. I don't know.
It's a really good service.
But it's like a farm shop service station.
It's
Oh, that's
lovely.
fun.
It's so nice, and there's loads of really cute ducks.
Oh.
When you're playing
I saw us feed the ducks.
I
I think you need to
Instagram it.
Instagram
Story.
the whole journey.
story, the journey
yeah.
of the penguin. Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
But
I
then,
so should.
but does the penguin being in it give anything away?
No, because
fine.
I think
I think it increases the intrigue.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
It should be flowering.
Yeah.
you're going to be like, why is a penguin involved?
That's your Mile
Yeah.
gimmick.
It's,
Sorted.
It's a play about 4 girls in a hike. Why is there a penguin?
Exactly.
Whoa.
Wow.
I have to go see this.
I feel like there's a lot of things
French.
in this
Yeah.
that if you see it on a standalone, you just go, how on earth is that?
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Aw.
so also we haven't addressed the fact Mirren's bringing a play to the
Oh,
Fringe.
yes.
That's what she's doing. Pals?
Yeah.
Pals. Yeah.
Exciting. You were saying before we started recording you've been writing this for 7 years.
Yeah. I am. It's been a long ass
Yeah.
time. It's been one of those things that I would write a couple scenes, then leave for 3-4 months, and
Yeah.
then be like, oh, I've got some free time. Let me do some more.
Of course.
And that's taken 7 years. But yeah, so then within the last year, I've only really grafted on it and got it finished.
So what's it about? Talk us through it. So it's about 4 girls and they go on a
Yes.
hiking trip.
So it's about 4 crude, chaotic, but completely normal gal pals going on a camping trek along the West Highland Way. And it's born from a desire to not be average.
Right.
They're looking at everybody and they're just like, oh my god, I'm achieving nothing. How can we achieve something? And then, they go on a hike and it all goes a little bit tits up. But it's an adventure. I've been saying it's an adventure comedy. Just showcasing messy female friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you performed it with us in May, the
Yeah.
first and last scenes. And it was so funny.
which are now no longer the first and last scenes.
Oh, really?
Pranked.
Yeah.
He got us. Ashton Kutcher comes in. Wow.
So yeah.
Wow. Okay.
One of the scenes is gone completely.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which one?
The first one.
Okay.
Cool.
No more breakup.
No more breakup. Although it wasn't. Yeah, this is a whole thing. It actually wasn't even a breakup. It was about a rabbit dying, but
Oh, I feel.
I wanted to write it as if it was a breakup.
I
So that-
fully thought it was a break.
Yeah. So then the next scene
Reveals
was
it's
literally a rabbit funeral.
Oh, right.
That's so
That's
funny.
funny.
But yeah, none of that is in it anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, because we did a rehearsed reading in March, and I had kind of just written everything, and didn't really know how long it was. I was like, 60 pages, that'll be fine. No, it was 2 hours. So I literally came out and I was almost crying. I was like, oh God, I've only got an hour slot at Fringe.
Yeah.
So I had to get
Time to
snipping.
kill your darlings. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, but it feels much tighter now, so
Yeah,
it
of
has
course.
been for the best.
Of course.
But-
Yeah.
That's really fun.
So when is it on in Edinburgh?
So it is on from the 31st of July to the 26th of August. We're doing a full run. The girls have only got 2 days off, the 13th and the 20th.
Yeah.
We're at Gilded Balloon at 5 p.m.
Nice.
That's pretty-
Patrick Hiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
I was actually saying today, so I committed to writing the play when I was sat in the Powerhouse last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I
Such a full circle moment. That's so fun.
I get so emotional with things like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, full circle.
It's the manifesting.
Yeah,
Just your
I
psychic.
swear. Because I was seeing my friend Shelley Midler's show, who's written The Collie Shed. She did a little Scottish tour, but she was at Powerhouse last year, and I was in Edinburgh for one day, and I had the worst case of FOMO. I was like, oh my God, I should be doing this. Like, I feel so left out. I'm so uncreative.
Yeah.
And then obviously all the Gilded Balloons like marketing is Pals in Pink,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Hiya, pals.
obviously it's a sign.
Yeah.
Because my play was already called Pals,
Yeah.
which was originally a working title, but then everybody was like, nah, I like
That's
it.
where it works. It's perfect. And
Yeah.
it's like such a Scottish thing as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing that everyone picked up on when I moved to London. I'm like, oh, and my pal. And they're like, you call everyone pal.
Was
and I was
Yeah.
like,
Pal? Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But they are. Like,
Yeah.
that's what they're called.
And it also, this is me being clever, it stands for Perfectly Average Lasses of Scotland.
Oh, look at that.
So it's double Scottish then.
Yeah.
Just whipping out the Scottish,
Yeah.
laying on.
Yeah.
Actually,
If you didn't know, we're Scottish.
So, like, just to, like, also to, like, open up the mystery that is Fringe, I guess, to people who might be listening, how did you go from writing it and committing that in Powderhouse last year to being programmed? Did you have chats with Karen herself? Did you go through a portal?
I went through a portal. So basically, I decided last August that I was going to do it, and then I just researched. Like, I've never produced a show before. That is not my natural skill set. Holy crap! It's so stressful. Why do you do it?
It's so much fun. This is what I do instead of drugs.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't know how you do it.
I'm on the edge.
Yeah.
I'm especially today. I've 4 shows
I'm
as
on
of
the edge.
tomorrow, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. Fringe is gonna be really fun this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, so was it, did you go into it wanting to do it in Powderhouse? Or was
Powderhouse.
it like... Powderhouse, sorry.
It's
so
our culture.
It's
Yeah.
actually spelled Powderhouse?
Yeah, it's-
Oh, okay.
And it's so embarrassing because so many like English people will be like, oh yes, Patterhouse, and I'm like, oh, why did they do that?
Was it there specifically because that was where you were last year?
So in my head, I was like, Gilded Balloon would be perfect. But everyone said to me, they were like, well, you know, it's like a new show. If it's your first time producing,
Yeah.
start small. And, you know, you'll get like a smaller venue, like a kind of unknown. I was like, cool, that's fine. So I basically just did my research and looked at all the venues when they came out. And just slowly ticked them all off. So I did like all the big ones, so Assembly, Gilded, Pleasance, the Space, Greenside. And I basically just worked my way around, like applying for venues, whether it was through a portal or emails or however they did it. Because each venue is different,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
which is annoying. And yeah, I'm not very good with spreadsheets, but I had to have a spreadsheet and tick off, and I've got a little book of to-do lists
I
that
love this.
is literally just like ticky boxes, and it's just a whole book of things.
I'm literally
Are you
like,
excited
I
about
wish
this?
I could see the spreadsheet or the book. Oh,
I will
wish.
send you them.
Genuinely, it's
Yeah.
it's so embarrassing for anyone to hear me say that sentence. But also, I'm like, that's who I am as a person.
Yeah. I love a to-do list.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, this is literally, you can see the evolution.
This is the nerdiest conversation I've ever heard in my life.
Shut up, actor.
So cool.
Let us chat.
Anyway, so I just worked my way around, and like every so often I would just apply for another venue.
Yeah.
And there was a long time where nobody got back to me. I think Greensid got back to me, and the Space got back to me really early on. But then I don't know when you commit to these things. I didn't really know what the timeline should be. And then I actually remember it. So February the 14th, it's a very special day for me. It is Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I was like, why is that so familiar?
But it's also the day I passed my driving test.
Yay!
And like something good has happened on February the 14th for the last 3 years.
Wow.
I'm sure last year it was like I got the job that I'm in now.
Nice.
So it's like I passed my driving test, then I got
Got
a
your
job, and yeah, it's a whole thing. Cute. So their email came through from Guild Balloon on Valentine's Day, saying we'd love to offer you this space, full run at the Fringe at 5 p.m. And I was literally like, well, I can't turn that down. But that was also like the dream venue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a perfect venue
It's
for it.
perfect.
Like Karen, who started Guild Balloon, her whole thing and what she is so credited for is like platforming female comedians, female writing, and Scottish writing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
really
we
good.
tick all
That's
those
what they do.
boxes.
That's really
Like
good.
Gilded that's what they specialise in. That's what they, are perfect for. So like it is perfect for you in that way.
Yeah.
And they are selling to the audience that you want.
Yeah, and it's also like we obviously fit in with their marketing.
So well.
It's been so exciting because they've like just collaborated with a beer company in Edinburgh, and it's literally like Pals beer. It's like Hiya Pals.
That's really
I
cool.
can't even wait.
That's so cool.
Yeah, their Fringe phrase is Hiya Pals.
Hiya
That's
Pals.
really cool.
Yeah.
Which is also the start to most of my emails, so
Hiya
it's
Pals.
convenient. But yeah, so it's
yeah.
But and
it's bright pink.
And it's bright pink.
you hadn't done the Fringe before, had you?
I've not written or produced a show. I've
Right.
been in a show,
Right,
but that
okay.
was like 2017.
Right. Okay.
And that was me just toddling in as an actor, learning some lines and
Yeah.
la-di-da.
city.
In the big city, yeah. So yeah, it's been a whole different experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
But exciting, and like
Yeah.
you guys are doing awesome already. Like obviously I follow you, so I see it. But like you guys are like on a roll with your marketing. It looks so good, and I think that you're gonna roll into Fringe in a really good position.
I'm really happy with how it's all going. I've just kind of said yes to everything, and I feel like I've just done as much research as I possibly can. Or when I go see shows, I say, what do I look for? What do I like? What draws me in? And using that to then build on that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And it's been good because over the year I've had like different opportunities to kind of bring more people in. Like obviously I work with you guys, and people down here, and it's been like a really nice evolution of the whole play, and the whole kind of the Pals experience.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really excited for you. Are you going to be recording it, or?
I don't know.
Oh, it sounds like you're gonna have to come up to Edinburgh, buddy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, I think we probably will, but it'll just be on a wee iPhone.
Yeah. Like it's not going to be
Like a little private.
Yeah.
I mean, the Fringe costs are.
Yeah, crazy.
Sky high.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
They're like, you want one camera? That's £500.
Yeah, literally.
And I'm like, get out my emails. Stop offering me these terrible deals.
I don't have £500.
You're like, this is Fringe. No one has anything anymore.
Exactly.
But
I
that's
have
another
one
thing.
poster.
Yeah, I have one poster and no one's seeing it.
It's also a blanket that I sleep on.
It's also my bed for the month.
Oh yeah, because I had tried to apply for all these grants and awards that do in the run up to Fringe, and they all kind of market themselves as we're supporting new work, new companies, blah blah blah. We tick all those boxes, and then you look at who gets those awards, and you're like, they've done 5 shows already.
Yeah.
Or that's a really well-known company.
Yeah.
So that's just frustrating. So we ended up doing a crowdfunder, which went really well.
Yeah.
Great.
So yeah, we've made our venue costs pretty much.
Brilliant.
So that is a huge relief.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's even just being in Edinburgh for a month is
Yes,
expensive.
you have to eat for a month,
Exactly.
and everything in the city is more
Yeah.
expensive,
Yeah.
and every networking night is at a bar, and all the bars are more expensive. Like,
And you want to see shows.
so you're going to Edinburgh this summer. How did you get into theatre? How did you come down here? How did that all work? Like,
Yeah, what's your journey?
where
Tell
did
us
it
a bit
all
about yourself.
start?
What's my journey? I started off like at primary school doing like class plays, and I remember in
Right.
Golden Time I would literally like write plays about
Golden Time!
Golden Time.
Golden time? What's going
Oh
on?
my god, is this a Scottish
I
thing?
think it is. A really bad trait of mine is I assume at all times Northern Ireland had the exact same
Yeah,
experience in
same.
life as we did.
Same. How do you explain Golden Time? It was basically like a primary school on a Friday. You would get the afternoon to bring in your Nintendo DS and
What? Yours is so much cooler than mine.
What? Yeah, and everybody would like swap DSs and walk each other's Nintendogs.
Okay, so in the countryside where I went to school,
Did you bring your sheep in for the day?
you brought the cow in, and you all got to touch the cow. No, we had a box of like toys and books in the corner. But
Yeah, we
it's
had
like
that too.
15 minutes at the end of the day. I think I wasn't like video games as a child, so probably people did bring in their DS,
Yeah.
but I was too busy being like Demon's toy.
I mean, I borrowed other people's. I didn't personally have a DS.
You had a DS, it's okay.
You're a lot of
Stop
DS.
being so jealous of me.
I just want to be you. That's why we're here today. I dye my hair ginger because I want to be you. Anyway, sorry. So Golden Time is that.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I
in
feel like it
Golden,
was longer than 15 minutes.
I don't know how long it was, but as a child,
Felt like
everything
forever.
feels forever, right?
Yeah.
So I'm always like, I think it was 5 hours, but maybe it was 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I remember
don't know
you'd
how
get
long it
time
was.
docked
Yeah.
if you were bad. You'd get
Yes.
like 5 minutes off. I've explained this to you before
Sweet.
because I've explained that I used to get time docked for chatting, and you'd gone, "What's time docking on Golden Time?"
Yeah.
We would get like playtime. We wouldn't call it golden.
No, that's not like. This is not like lunch break,
not a break.
or.
No, but we'd
Okay.
get like when you were really young.
Yeah,
the first
this
couple
is
of
when
years,
you're in, like,
you'd get
young.
like, oh, here's a little like you'd have like a half an hour playtime, and you'd have like little Legos and all this kind of stuff.
Only on a Friday.
I can't remember.
Well,
Yeah, this
be
was just
better.
Maybe.
Golden Time's on a Friday.
Do you remember Connects? Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we connect. They were great.
Yeah, I always used to try and
They
make
were
a Ferris
so good.
wheel, and it would never happen. But I would
Dream big, I love
it. Yeah, I'd see the pictures, be like, yeah,
Or
I'm
the
a
things-
construction champion.
Like sticks into like star things.
Yeah. I love those.
I loved
They
it.
were
Yeah.
great.
So I used to.
Sorry.
Yeah, Golden Time. I used to write. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Little plays about whatever we were doing in school. So I remember one about the Vikings.
Wow.
And yeah, I basically asked if I could tour the primary school classrooms with my friends who I like dragged. We'd rehearse like in the playtime. I had written scripts. I had drawn pictures.
Oh my goodness.
I remember. So I had Thor. Obviously, that was me. I had one called Frida because I'm a huge fan of ABBA. And then I remember I was looking. This is so ridiculous. I was looking for another like Viking name, and I was just like, I remember hearing the story of Jacqueline Wilson who that came up with the name Tracy Beaker in the bath.
Right.
So my 8-year-old genius was like, yeah, I'm gonna sit in the bath, and I was like, I've got my name, and there was a pair of goggles hanging up, so I had a Viking called Goggles.
But you know, Tracy Beaker came from the bath too, so.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I'm so.
Wow,
genius,
that's so endearing though. Like, is that a
I feel
patronising answer?
embarrassed.
No, not the goggle sort. That's lovely too. But like the fact that you wrote so young and like having quiver. It's like you said, like you were born and your mum's friend said that's an actor's
Yeah.
name, and
Yeah.
when I was in school, it said like Iona loves drama. She should really do this one day, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I did it, but Like, that's such a lot. Graham Norton will love it. You know, he'll eat it up. Num.
Graham, if you're out there, I'm available.
Graham, Irish, come on the podcast.
But yeah, so I remember that. And then I remember we did Oliver Twist as part of our studies on the Victorians. And I got cast as Dodger.
Nice.
And I remember my mum and gran came to see it and they were like crying because they were so proud and everybody was like, Mirren was amazing. And I was like watching EastEnders to get my Cockney accent up to scratch. Like, I was method.
Oh my god.
This was primary 6, so
like 10.
Literally 10, yeah.
I mean, I respect it.
Yeah. I was in the nativity play every year.
What were you? So I think the characters you played in the nativity really are crucial. You're laughing because you know.
I never did a nativity.
Okay, so I was an angel for 5 years.
Yeah. That means you were really cute as a kid. Only cute kids got to be angels.
I was the star. And I was the first star.
Wow.
That my primary school
That's
had.
huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually have a picture of it because my gran requested this picture and it was like a cardboard cut out star and it had my face in it. And I remember I wore all black, this cardboard cut out star, and it had like little battery pack lights on it. So I would literally turn it on and I would walk around the
That's
assembly
so
hall.
huge.
Yeah.
That's
I
a big
know.
deal.
And then from there,
Onwards and upwards. Yeah.
I mean, you
That's
can't
going
really
to be
get
the
any
front.
better than the star nativity. Like, let's be honest.
I was literally baby Jesus.
Yeah, but that doesn't. I mean,
6 weeks old,
Sorry,
baby Jesus.
Who's he?
Jesus.
Who were they following?
Yeah. Jesus just turns up at the end and takes all the credit. You know,
Yeah.
the star's
As
there.
I do as well.
The star's there.
The star's again,
Yeah.
the shining glimmer of
The
hope.
star's basically Gandalf.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I remember they were like, we've
So
never had
jealous.
a star before.
I am jealous of you.
Oh god.
That's so
Yeah.
fun.
So I always did stuff at primary school and then throughout school I just kind of kept it up and did school shows and then was more interested in that than I was in anything else. So when it came to applying for life after school, I didn't really know what to do and I was trying to convince myself not to do acting because everyone was like, oh my god, that's so unreliable, why would you do that? And then I was like, do you know what, that's going to make me happy, let's try it. So I left school and went to Edinburgh College and studied an HND in acting and performance. So I was there for 2 years and then graduated in 2017 and have just been cutting about since.
So how come you moved down here then?
Oh yeah, this is a totally random story. So during COVID, I was doing a lot of freelance, a lot of 0-hour contracts, basically knitting together a full-time job from the arts. So I was in rehearsals for a play that was going to be on at the Rose Theatre in Edinburgh. I worked at Capitol Theatres as a tour guide, front of house, everything.
Cool.
And then in 2020, COVID hit. Woo! And that all disappeared pretty much overnight. And I also had COVID. The first week, everyone was talking about it. Yeah,
You were one of the OGs.
yeah, yeah. And I lay on my living room floor for a week straight, just wooden floor, not even a pillow, because that was the most comfortable position. And I stared at the ceiling for 7 days straight. I just didn't move. And I was just like, wow, I must just be sad. I wonder what's wrong with me. I've just lost all my work. I feel sorry for myself. And then I had all these symptoms that were being listed as symptoms of COVID in China, Italy, but the UK hadn't recognised anything. I now look back and realise I lost all my work and had COVID, so was just in a little sad pile of doom. Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah.
But I was living in Edinburgh at that time because when I left college I lived in Edinburgh for 5 years. I then got a really shitty job at a call centre. Sorry, this is a long story, but
It's alright.
It's all good.
it's the journey. I worked in a really bad call centre and it was all about COVID surveys and COVID tests. And it was the only job I could get to pay my bills and continue living in Edinburgh. So I was doing 13-hour shifts. It was 8 a.m. till 9 p.m. literally just phoning people up being like, hi, do you want to do a COVID survey? You get free COVID tests. And everybody was obviously like, yeah, I want to do that. And then you would spend the next 50 minutes asking them questions about their blood type and like previous health conditions that they might have had or where they lived. And they were like, so when do I get my test? Okay, question 45. It was horrendous. And then we moved over from COVID to just general outbound calls about HS2 and things like that. And I spoke about this quite recently, but it was 10 a.m. on a Sunday, and I remember it so like vividly. I would like cry on my way to work. I'd be walking, just crying, like, I can't do this. Like, I was already feeling sorry for myself because I'd lost everything that I loved. The theatre world was bleak. Yeah. I was just like, what on earth am I going to do? I'm working in this shitty call centre. Walked to work crying, loved my life. But Edinburgh was beautiful and it was a nice walk. The walk was the best part of the day. Anyway, 10 a.m. I phoned up this random woman. And she was like, have you seriously got nothing better to do with your life on a Sunday? She was like, why don't you just fuck off? And I went, do you know what? I will. And I put the phone down and I walked out and I quit.
Wow.
Yeah. I was literally like, I'm not coming back. And then I was literally like, I've got my job. And then, I phoned my mum and was like, help. I kind of said to her, like, I think I need to move home because I can't keep working a job like this. I can't get another job just to pay rent, to exist and hate my life. So she was like, okay, move home. And then literally the week I moved home, I got a job with the government, the civil service. And that was such a random job. It was for this team that basically get deployed wherever the government needs them. So to start with, I was doing like self-assessment tax returns. It's all like short-term deployments.
Right.
Interesting. And then I went off to do the census, and I got sent to random parts of England, like during COVID still, to knock on people's doors asking them if they had done their census forms. That was like cold calling again, but in real life. But, I was like on an all expenses trip to Liverpool or to Kensington.
Lovely.
So that was quite fun. And then I got sent to work for Border Force, and I was scanning passports in Cali. And I quite enjoyed that. So I applied for a job for Border Force in Scotland to work in Edinburgh, Glasgow and Inverness. And they got back to me and were like, we'd love to have you, but we have no jobs in Scotland or the north of England. Here are all these other places. And I had just broken up with my ex at that point. Got into a new relationship with a wonderful man. I've fallen in love, and he lives down here. Well, now I do too. But basically I met him when I was working in Cali. So I took a job in Cali, and within like 7 days I had to decide whether I was going to move to Kent, and here I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also, like, Border Force makes sense for you. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
Nobody's ever said that to me. They're like, oh, that's so random. You went from theatre to Border Force. What? Explain.
Okay, maybe we cut that. I don't know. I think because like I'll do whatever you tell me to do ever. Oh, really? You know what I mean? So like.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It was meant as a compliment, but I realise now it could be really mean. But no, like, just because I'm like, I could see you being like, come, and I'm like, yes. Yeah. Like, it just makes sense for me, for you. I want you to be my word. I'm going to stop flirting with the guests.
Yeah, I know. I'm blushing.
Is it hot in here?
So that's a bit of a long-winded story about why I'm here, but that's the story. And now I'm in a stable government job. I can afford to and have time to be creative.
Yeah,
great.
Exactly. And the brain space too, because you're not having to juggle everything.
Yeah. So actually, it's been a whole saga that's lasted about 4 years, but we're here now, and yeah.
So, as you know, as an avid listener of the podcast, there are questions that we ask each and every guest. First one being, what's your favourite Scottish saying?
Oh my god, so I was actually thinking about this, and I don't know if you'll get this, but it is, my favourite Scottish saying is, your cats are dead.
Your cats are dead?
You can work out what it means.
Your cats are dead.
Have you heard this?
What does it mean? What? What does it mean?
Okay, yeah, your cats are dead. Like,
It's just
I
like,
don't
oh,
know. I do not know.
Like, it's all kind of going wrong for you, that kind of thing?
I don't know how it means this, but it means your trousers are too short.
What?
That's so funny.
I honestly don't know how it means that,
That's
but
hilarious.
it does. And I remember, like, because 3/4 lengths are quite fashionable now. But at school, if your trousers were too short, people would be like, "Way, your cats are dead."
Maybe it's because I wasn't like trousers at school, but that's so funny.
Yeah.
That's
So
Your cats.
I mean, I feel like I've heard most Scottish sayings, but I've never heard that one before.
maybe it's just a Grangemouth thing. That's where I'm from.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Is it something that you use in everyday life?
I do, because I think I should embrace it, you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna start saying it, I think.
Yeah.
But to like people whose trousers are absolutely standard lengths.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cats are
Your
dead.
cats are deep. What does that mean? Your trousers are too short, and they were like, "What?"
It
And I'm
probably
like,
confuses people.
in my opinion, it should be trailing.
Yeah. Well, there was another one. Joby captures? Do you know what they are?
Like a jobby is a shit.
Yeah.
So you get something that catches shit.
It's like it's a type of joggers that are cuffed to the ankle. I wish I was joking.
I have never in my life heard that.
That's so
You're really bringing
That makes
unique
sense.
and original ones.
But yeah,
That's so funny.
that was like the go-to PE joggers. It was like, oh, I've just got my Joby catchers. Mum, have you washed my Joby catchers?
So
I must
I
have
would
been
say-
Grangemouth in a really bad way.
This is brilliant. I'm sad I didn't know
I know.
these.
See, I would say jobby, as in like it's a misc thing, right? So like hand me that.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, so it's just, and I didn't realise
If
until
you say hands me a Jobby, I'm gonna be like,
so I'm like, oh, that jobby over there, as in like the TV control.
What?
So, and then I lived in Glasgow and people were like, you know, a jobby means like a poo. I was like, does it? So now I've had to phase out that from my vocabulary, so I don't say.
Is that a thing that happens, or is that a you thing?
I don't know. I
Like,
feel
is it like how everyone has? Is
Oh,
it just
different
remotes?
words.
No, it can
Or
be
is
like
it just
anything.
anything?
Anything. It'd be like, oh, that jobby over there.
like a thingy-majig.
Yeah, like a thingamajig. Like there's that
That
jolly
job.
over there.
It's just the thought of someone having to tell you that.
I know.
How long would you thought someone being so confused, but then being like, alright.
Yeah, if you were like, I don't have you that jobby, I'd be like, alright. Excuse you? I've cried of laughter twice in this podcast.
Yeah, I didn't know
We're
jobby.
gonna have you back.
I didn't know jobby meant shit.
Wow.
So good.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, I know that, haven't I?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's. Oh.
Yeah.
That's the way you said that. You said Joby catcher. I was like, I can phonetically work out exactly what it is, but I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah.
like, I know what the words you're saying are to me, but I don't know.
Like a meat.
Do you guys have nets out there? Like, wow. Okay. I don't know where to go from
Oh my
here.
god, I know. I'm like, do we move on to the next question or do we examine this some more? Oh my god. Okay. What's your favourite place in London? Oh, I suppose you don't really live in London.
Yeah,
now, but,
Ken?
Yeah,
I guess.
Kent.
Or London.
Where London?
Is it Sláinte Nights? I thought you'd say that.
Yeah. It's like you read my mind. That psychicness. Favourite place in London? It's hard, yeah, because I haven't lived in London. But I have like so many fond memories of just like walking along the South Bank.
Right?
Yeah.
You feel like you're in the centre of the world.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've had a lot of happy memories there, whether it was like theatre or an ABBA exhibition. I like the twinkly lights. I used to like walking into the National Theatre bookshop and just sitting there and reading some monologues.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's
a bit geeky.
It's a nice,
No,
but
it's
it's a nice,
lovely.
and you feel like you're in London.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas like you know.
Where you live in
like
this
where I live.
mysterious part.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never been here before.
Yeah, but it's like, why would you? Is there an Irish? Not an Irish.
Unless you love the Irish.
Yeah, unless you love the Irish. Why would you?
Which I do.
Is there a Scottish creative that has left like a lasting impact on you, or that you believe deserves more recognition?
I actually did think about this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I have two. One of them is probably more well known than the other. So one of them is Johnny McKnight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you know Johnny
Yeah.
McKnight? Yeah. I grew up going to like the pantos at McRobert in Stirling, because my mum's work would always get like either free tickets or discounted tickets because they were a sponsor of McRobert and a sponsor of the panto. So I have like every year we would go to see whatever panto it was, and I remember from a really young age seeing Johnny McKnight as the dame. Oh my god, I've just remembered another thing I did. And I would go see his pantos, be really inspired, and again force my friends to be in little pantomimes I'd written, like basically copying. I remembered everything that like had happened on stage, and I'd want to like soak up and relive it. So
I love this.
Yeah, golden time, handing out the scripts.
And this time there's audience engagement.
I've got my little hand-drawn Aladdin's lamp, like oh gosh, things like that. I'm such a geek. I'm such a nerd.
But we all are. Like,
Yeah.
everyone is.
But yeah, I just remember being like, this is the best thing I've ever seen, and it would be like the highlight of my year. I just think Johnny McKnight has like revolutionised the panto, and every panto I've ever seen since, I'm like, yeah, but it's not Johnny McKnight. So like that kind of like brass Scottish humour, because his like his comedy is quite, I would say, like rough and brass. I was like, oh yeah, he's a real person, and I just thought it was hilarious. So I love everything Johnny McKnight has done, writing and directing wise.
And who's your second person then?
My second person is a playwright called Katie Nixon. She's from Leith in Edinburgh, and so I was in rehearsals for one of her plays when COVID hit, but she always writes these like very real local characters. She's just actually won an award through Play Pie and Pint. It's the David McLennan Award. And I'm literally like, yes, I love her. But I remember seeing a script of hers at, I can't remember if it was Page to Stage. Yeah, I think it was Page to Stage yonks ago at the Wee Red Bar. And I was there as a reviewer. And I was like, what is this little like gold mine? She's amazing. And then since then I kind of followed her. I followed her scripts, and then I auditioned for her play and then got the role. But when I think back, I was like inspired by what Katie had done with a play called Fingers, which was about three girls in basically in a rock band, and one of them had just lost their virginity, and they were trying to put on their first concert at Leith Cricket Club. So it's all very like working class local stories, and it was just like these girls being a riot. So in a way that has like really influenced what I've now done. Because I was like, oh, that's the kind of thing that I want to see, that's what I would want to be in. We just need more of that. And I'm sure she works as like a mental health nurse. She's amazing. Like, so she's writing in amongst studying, being a mum, working full time, working in the bar. Like, she has done loads, and I'm just so inspired by like her as a person, and what she writes is just chef's kiss. So yeah, I
Amazing.
can't wait to see
That's
what
class.
she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye out. I haven't heard of her, so now I'll keep an eye out. What advice would you give to someone moving down to the south of England, like from where you're from?
Or like where you're from pursuing this career
Yeah.
as well, I guess.
I would say like find some friends, find some pals, on brand, that you can like relate to, because I feel like I spent like a long time not really having any theatre friends down here, but it's such a big part of my life that I felt like my whole network was in Scotland. So find people with common interests that you can be on the same wavelength as. In terms of pursuing a creative career, it sounds really daft, but I would be like, get yourself a stable job. Even if it's 20 hours a week or 12 hours a week, have something that is not creative, just so you don't have to stress about money. Because once I stopped stressing about money, everything just opened up. It was like a little flower coming out to say hello to the sun. But yeah, it opens you up to be creative and have that space to just be alright. You're not constantly running on this hamster wheel. Yeah.
That's pretty good
what I would
advice, I
say.
think.
Yeah, right.
And make sure it's not a shit job that you hate, because that becomes a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of course.
and
And how do you think your heritage and being Scottish has influenced your work? Obviously, Pals is a very Scottish play.
Yeah. I think I want to write local stories, because every time I've seen like a piece of theatre, I'm always like, yeah, that's not really me. So I'm kind of writing from like a working class background, a small town. I've been very, like, my mum's a single parent, my gran was pretty much a single parent. You know, I've come from like a very strong female core. So it's like when I don't see that on stage, I'm just like, well, why not? So that's like all in my work. I just want to write fun, interesting characters of just how people actually speak.
That's a
Sorry,
really
it's a short-
beautiful answer though.
Yeah,
Like, and I
no, it
think
is.
it's like, I know we spoke a lot about like it's like we find that it's always like the ode to the people that raised you.
Yeah, for
A
sure.
lot of the time we spoke really
yeah.
candidly about that. I know we spoke with like Brian about his experience growing up and stuff, but like it's that sort of thing of being like, I just want to see more people on stage. I want to, you know, play tribute to the amazing women who raised you, to feel like the people you're creating and showing matter.
And are represented.
Yeah, of course.
And it is really important, because you're right. Like, it's not, go to the National, you don't see Ken over the road or
or you don't see Scottish people in general.
exactly.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
It's
you.
been
It's been a laugh.
it's been just a really, really, really fun episode.
It's been so fun just chatting to you.
Yeah, I know, because I feel like that's what we've done for the entire podcast. But, you know,
Who's there?
Yeah.
That's such a laugh. Actually, I was going to pee at one point. Oh no, she's up again.
Why'd you make me cry so much?
I just have that emotional effect.
It's what makes you such a good theatre maker. You just feel the emotions to the crowd.
exactly, that's what it
So here I
is. But yeah, Mirren, thank you so much for coming on. Go see Pals in Edinburgh.
Yep.
Every
Gilded
single
Balloon
day
in the Patterhouse, not the Patterhouse.
at 5 p.m.
At 5 p.m. from the 31st of July
Yes.
to the 26th of August.
There we go.
There we are.
You got it.
If I'm in Edinburgh, I'll definitely come and see it. If
I'm
not,
so excited to see
if
it.
you're going to be in Scotland, go and see it, Pals, because promise you, it's going to be great. I've read it, and it's
You've read it, you've seen it. What parts?
Yeah, but it's such a great time, and I hope it goes absolutely wonderfully.
Yeah, break all the
Thank you.
legs,
Break all
as
the
they
legs.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we have Sycamore Grove our latest production from Sláinte Theatre.
Written by Daniel Williams and directed by Liam Rees.
Yeah, go see that in Edinburgh as well. It's a great time.
It's at 12:30 every day from the 31st to the 11th at Bedlam.
Yeah.
A little horror play for us all.
Yeah.
It's also on my list.
Is it?
Ooh.
That's good.
Thanks.
Mirren's gonna
See
be
you there.
Gotta support the pals.
Yeah, but I mean, Edinburgh's a great time.
Yeah. Have fun in Edinburgh, stay safe, look after yourselves, give
Yeah.
yourself peace.
Exactly.
Because it's a crazy time.
Yeah.
And have fun.
Yeah, fun.